Hi, this is John again, and today is March the 30th, which I believe makes this round 10 in my war against cancer. It's been a little over a week, I think, since I last put up a video. I've actually put up a couple of articles about cancer and what to expect from it, but I haven't been actually on the video in that period of time. So for those of you that are wondering what has happened over the last week and a bit, I've just about completed my cancer program. By that I mean I've just finished chemotherapy. I finished that yesterday on the Tuesday after Easter. Tomorrow I have my last treatment for radiotherapy, and I've come through this pretty damn good. I've lost 3 kilos in that period of time, and I'm quite happy with that. I needed to lose a few anyway, so I'm fine with that. A few little problems I've had over the last week which have stopped me from posting anything here, and that is that I've had a bad case of hiccups and burping over the weekend, and coughing in particular picked up for a couple of days. It's affected my throat, as you're probably picking up by the sound in this video. According to the dietitian and the doctor that I spoke to today, they believe that it's not really connected to the treatment. It's more a symptom, I guess you might say, of the esophagus being squeezed a little bit. It tends to contract, and has given me it's been what's giving me the burps and the hiccups, and has also brought on the coughing as well. They do think that the coughing is probably just a cold anyway. But anyway, that's where I stand right now, and I thought that I would just go back and just let you know what you can expect if you've got to go through cancer yourself. Well, obviously it depends on a person's age, health and fitness first before anything. Secondly, you'll have a team of doctors and medical staff around you to work out what your ideal program should be. It can be changed as you go along. I've been lucky I haven't needed to have mine changed at all. We worked out from the start pretty much what the process was going to be, when it was going to happen, how it was going to happen, and it's run pretty smoothly. You can't expect everything to be perfect, and it hasn't. Certainly hasn't been perfect for me, but it's been very bearable, extremely bearable, a lot more than what I had anticipated, especially after the nightmare I had 35 years ago when I had chemotherapy. Some people that I've spoken to in there are struggling a little bit, and it depends. I've noticed these are the older people, people who are even older than me, that is. They struggle a little bit. Most of the young people, they just take it in their stride and off they go. It's not a bad place to be. You're looked after all the time whenever you have to go in for your treatment. Strangely enough, for most people, especially if it's their first time, they find it very unusual to walk into a place like that and everyone seems to have a smile on their face. That really helps. The staff have a smile on their face. The people like myself that have been through this sort of thing before can often help them along and say, this is what you can expect, don't worry about this, don't worry about that. Had what was supposed to be a 15-minute interview with one of the hospital staff today to work out anything which could be improved about the treatment as we've gone along. Ended up being about 3/4 of an hour to an hour, because she kept asking me about what happened before, what's the difference between now and what it was like 35 years ago, and it's a huge difference, as I said. Now, where do I go from here? Okay, now over the next 4 to 6 weeks I'll be having extra tests. CAT scans, PET scans. I've also been booked in for, I've lost it now. I've been booked in for something else. I've got to see a couple of the doctors over the next month. That's the chemotherapy doctor, the radiotherapy doctor and the surgeon. They will work in conjunction with me to work out what is going to happen next. I'm expecting that there will be some surgery. I don't think it's going to come up until May, probably mid to late May, but in the meantime I get the opportunity to get over any side effects and ill feelings that might actually still be left over from the chemotherapy and the radio treatment. Okay, but until then, another week or so, until then, I'll give you another update on how I'm going and where I stand at the moment. But in the meantime, thank you very much for looking, for watching and staying with this series here. Who knows, you may need to know this sort of thing yourself in the future. It might be for yourself, it might be for a family member, it might be just for someone I know. Don't be afraid to go and ask them what's going through their mind and how they're coping with it. Most people will be quite happy to tell you. So if you've got somebody in that situation right now, please just go out, have a talk with them, see how they feel, and see if there's anything that you can do for them. Okay, thank you very much. See you later. Bye.